Now we are very happily joined by the driver who starts 11th in the Budweiser Dodge. Number 9, bringing the Washington, Kasey Kahne. Hey Kasey, how are you?
I'm good. Real good.
Thanks for coming to the Raceway Club. I know you've got a busy weekend. Your USAC teams were in action at Manzanita. That's always going to be a nice change for you to know your boys are close to home to get to watch.
Yeah, it was a good time. I had a Budweiser appearance on Friday night, another deal last night, so I got out there about 10 o'clock all night. Was able to watch the main event. So it was fun to be out there. Raced a midget here, USAC midget here on Thursday. Myself and our other two teams. That's pretty neat. It's the first time I raced here, I think, since maybe 2001 in a midget. So it was a blast.
What differences was it? Bobar, absolutely.
Bobar.
What was the big difference getting back in that car? I mean, it had to come quickly, but at this racetrack, going nearly 150 miles an hour in a USAC midget, a whole lot can happen in a hurry.
Yeah, you just have to remember how you used to do it and just work on the car, work on making it better. We weren't quite as fast as we needed to be, but I had a good time. Racing at this track is probably the funnest track to race at when you're in one of those little cars.
You see you're wearing your Joyce Saldana Budweiser World of Outlaws sprint car t-shirt. We've got a couple of things brewing there. We just talked to Kevin Harvick about his growing business as Kevin Harvick and Kasey Kahne Racing. Why don't you tell the fans about all the things you're involved in away from the NASCAR side?
Yeah, we have some sprint car teams, USAC teams. I've really enjoyed, staying part of those series, the series that I used to race. Kind of learned how to race under the pavement. So we have a couple teams, Brad Speed and Brady Bacon racing us.
We called Christy. I figured she might have called.
The Outlaws, and we're starting another team next year.
By their program of racing, we didn't know they weren't
Plenty of teams. It's a lot of fun. It's a good way to kind of get back to short track racing.
We came here and I used the restroom.
And Budweiser Sports and everything you do, you mentioned Joyce Saldana's efforts. Are you going to race more of that kind of car yourself when time allows?
I do. I try to do 8 to 10 races a year. We're trying to midget and sprint cars and late models, kind of whatever I can sit in once in a while. With 38 cup races and the testing appearances, we have about 10 races. It's just pretty good. We're using up about most of the time we have.
For those of you who may or may not watch that pay-per-view deal at Eldora, late model drivers, last year seemed like a pretty novel idea, Kasey. How serious have your competitors gotten with that late model style race? Midweek, 24 cup guys, only cup guys on the racetrack.
I think everybody's gotten really serious. Everybody's trying to get the best cars. Some of the guys are purchasing their own cars and practicing and testing and getting ready for the race. And it's a blast. It's a great time. It's really great cars. And with Tony setting that up and all the drivers being a part of it, to show how much appreciation Tony's done for Victor Johnson and Camden and the fans coming to support like the fans do. It's a huge deal, and it makes a ton of money for Victor Johnson. So I think it's a blast. Everybody enjoys it and puts on a great show.
As far as you personally, getting out involved with Budweiser, how has that elevated your awareness or your following or fan club members, those kinds of things? Because we see it from what we see on our couch, and we get to go to the racetrack. How has it affected you in a way that you can perhaps relate to where maybe the time you spend with your Budweiser and the lead people you get to meet?
I think that, I've been able to do a lot of fun things with Budweiser this year with the parents and going to different venues, different concerts, or Sturgis, or football games. There's been a lot of really cool things that we've done. To go to a bar and end up here all night and sign autographs is not a bad perk, but I've enjoyed that side of things. And just we keep working on it and having more.
He'll sign every single person.
Let's turn the attention to today. Third and final practice, starting 11th at Budweiser Dodge in the Cup race later this afternoon. What are you thinking early on in that race? What are the fans going to see as the race starts to get settled into the track?
The weather's cooled off a lot, so it's going to be a little bit creepier than what it was yesterday, which should be a good thing for our car. And in qualifying, I had definitely a top five car qualifying. I just made a mistake and lost probably about a tenth, which a tenth would have put us in the top 5 5, no problem. So I screwed up a little bit there. The car was around a 10th place car yesterday. With the track changes and hopefully the adjustments that we made, hopefully I'm able to run in the top 10, maybe better. It should be hopefully a good day for us. We've ran well here before and we've struggled here, so hopefully today will be good.
With the car tomorrow configuration and the track, you're hearing the gas stand slick, the track's getting worn out. How much of a handful is this? And do you feel at times you're racing the sprint car times to maintain control? I see a lot of hand movements on the wheels we may not have seen in the old configuration.
There's definitely a lot of hand movements in your feet to brake and throttle, try not to spin the tires too bad. So it's it's a handful, but it's far from a sprint car. Sprint car is 1,200 pounds handful, and this is
Oh, that's what I said.
how much is tires weigh? I forgot, but a lot more than that. So yeah, it's just much different. Either way, it's a lot of fun. The track will get wide today. There's so much racing room out there. As it gets slippery, you'll keep moving up higher and higher and back down the pond. It'll be a good race. I think hopefully put on a good show and enjoy.
What if you get 312 lap race, 500 kilometers? Does that add any elements of urgency for you guys? It's not 8 or 9 segments, but 500 mile race. You gotta get.
I wish other tracks would look and see 300 miles and try some 3 or 4. I think the little bit shorter races are probably as good as any. I think the 600 miler at Charlotte's a blast because it's the Coke 600. It's been there for so long. The Daytona 500 is a great race, but some of the other races, I think 300-400 miles is awesome. That's a good length of a race. If you can't get to the front 300 miles, you're not going to ever get left.
Now, Kasey, we've seen you dance. We're on the stage with a band.
That's a lot of practice to do that. I'm not doing it again.
I'm not asking you to do that. But with all the people you're surrounding yourselves with and the opportunities with Budweiser, to hang out with some cool band members or hang out at some concerts, any inklings to pick up an axe and go nuts on it?
No, I'm musically challenged. I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not good at dancing. The Budweiser sponsorship has helped me with my dancing a lot, so I've enjoyed that side of it. But I enjoy having fun with family and friends and things once in a while. But I'm not a dancer or a singer.
How many family members do you think will be here today from the state of Washington? Who is here now? Is this all your family? They get invited?
Yeah, I think it is. Seems like there is, Phoenix, Las Vegas, California, you get a lot of people from Washington. There's a lot of race fans in Washington, which I think 38 races is plenty, but I've always wanted a track there. I think that'd be a great venue for just Washington State. It's such a great state, and to have a really nice racetrack there would be pretty awesome. Maybe in the future.
Speaking of the future begins today. Kasey Kahne hopefully roll into victory lane. Let's give a big hand to Simba. Thank you, Kasey Kahne, for joining us here at Phoenix International Raceway's Raceway Club. We certainly hope you enjoy your race day. Kasey Kahne starts heat 11th in the number 9 Budweiser Dodge this afternoon. The Checker O'Reilly Auto Parts 500, presented by Pennzoil. Certainly enjoy your race day. I see a note up here for the band. They'll start back up shortly, and the bar is over. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your race day. Enjoy the great music.